Hey, it's Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. How are you doing? I know it's Friday night. I should go live, right? But the Friday Night Live is on vacation for the summer. But there was some stuff that happened for this week, and I wanted to update you. You are family, right? So, an important thing to me is I broke the plateau. And I'm actually down 1.4 pounds. I got one of those scales that gives you down to the ounce, which was a surprise because last night I had a bowl of strawberries with whipped cream. So I did break it, and that's great news for me. Plus the kitchen, Peter's Kitchen, I'm going to go more towards keto there. It seems to attract a lot of attention. So yes, I'm on YouTube to be successful. So that includes a lot of people watching and finances that come in. Okay, that's important. Everybody wants to be rewarded. So I'm going to go a little bit over towards keto a little bit more on the Peter's Kitchen. Not exclusively, okay, but let's see what happens. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, out of nowhere, somebody bought the Randal tower, Randy's computer. So I do have his blessings, and it was going to actually get flipped into another Mac because they've got the new M2 chips and stuff like that. But I did discuss it with a few of my close circle people, and we came to a conclusion that's a little bit weird. Okay, one of them is a desire that I have wanted. That R7. When I saw the R7 from Canon, it kind of struck me. I am a little bit concerned because Canon always hits you in the gut. Okay, I was going to go a little lower. Okay, like we're going to give you 8K, everybody. We're giving you 8K, and then the 8K only works for a very little short period of time. Okay, so it started with the 5D Mark IV when I was like, a big Canon fanboy, and I still am. It's just Canon does things that's completely unexpected. And if it's unexpected, I don't like that. They're supposed to have my back, and they don't, okay? However, the R7 seems to have everything in one camera. It might not be the best, but honestly, can you tell me any bad camera that's come out in the last 3 years, maybe even 4 years? Okay, so I am seeing these negative things about the R7, but that's only to get YouTube people to watch. All right, like all of a sudden Canon took a giant step backwards or something. That is pure bull hockey. All right, this Canon camera is going to sit right in the sweet spot. It should do exactly what it's supposed to do. They took off the recording limit, which is one of the first times that we have no recording limit. It's got dual card slots. I shot weddings with 3 80Ds, and then I added and flipped one into a 90D. And then I stopped doing weddings, and then in here, I went very heavy into Sony and what you're watching right now, which is the Nikon Z6. This is not even the newest camera. There's a Z6 Mark II. Randy's got that camera. So it's a better camera than this one. But I'm very happy with this one. But on the big channel with a lot of subscribers, I've got Sony in here. I've got Panasonic in the kitchen, Peter's Kitchen. I've got Olympus, I've got Nikon, but I don't have a Canon body. So this is the first time Canon has come out with a body that I'm actually attracted to. It should do the job, and it's not $2,500. It actually, I think it beats the R6 in many ways. It's got the focus system from the R3, the grandpapa, okay, and some of that kind of stuff in there. So I got Randy's blessing, or he said it's okay, all right. So I actually, after I got paid, they paid me $1,500 cash, and so instead of buying the Mac Studio or something, because my guru said, you know, Peter, they might come out with some more computers within the next year that you might like even better. but your M1 is not skipping. You're doing 4K, which is more heavy duty than 95% of the people out there that are running at 1080. You're running at 4K, and I was a pioneer with the 4K. I was doing 4K when 4K shouldn't have been done. So this system here and this system in the kitchen is actually running 4K beautifully. They're both running 4K. Now, what I don't have is any RF lenses. I have EF lenses. I've got the 50 millimeter 1.2. I have the 24 millimeter 1.4. I don't even know what else I have there because I've got Nikon. I'm looking at the lens shelf. Okay. So I have taken that money and pre-ordered. It's a 1-for-1. Okay, so it's kind of like flipping the money from a PC, which I used for what, about a month and a half, because it ran 4K flawlessly. It didn't even hiccup. It like did it while I was yawning. Okay, this is the Windows. Now the Mac Mini M1 is doing it. We are at its upper reaches, okay, unlike the Windows computer. But I don't need it, honestly, just like I don't really need the Canon R7. But if the money is going to be sitting there, I'd rather have it so that I can actually put an R7 into use. Now, here's something a little quirky about me. Once I set up a camera like this one, it's set up, it's sitting there, it's got a tuned in, I call it tuned in, okay? I've got the white balance close to what I want. It's like exactly where I've got a hand between the top and me, which is what I want. I have the angle just about where I want it. I'm very reluctant to pick it up off the tripod, change all the settings so that I can go to my brother's house for dinner or take pictures or anything, and then come back here and feel confident that I can actually put all the settings back. So guess what? Once it's in place, it stays. So I want the R7 to be a hands-on camera that could just be a fun camera for me. I could take it outside by the pool. I could take it out when I go out, take pictures, take videos. It's got image stabilization. And one of the people that I actually watch that I have a high respect for is Dan Watson. Okay, he's a wedding photographer, so I know that his mindset is similar to my mindset, or vice versa, all right? I know what I look for in a camera if I'm going to put myself on the line and have to bring home the bacon, cook it up in a pan. So I have to bring home the pictures and have them come out excellent, okay? So when Dan was excited, that kind of perked my ears, because you've got a lot of YouTubers out there. They're gadget people. They're making videos basically aimed at all the people that want to buy a camera, okay? But they're not always making videos like Tom Buck is making videos specifically for people that are going to do live streaming and stuff, all right? So you know who you can count on and who it's just got to take it, as they say, with a grain of salt. So I accidentally came across this, and it just came in today, okay? So this is from Canon Refurbished, which is a great place to buy lenses. So this is a 35 millimeter it's a RF mount. That's what it looks like. And it's a 35 millimeter 1.8. Now, you know I like 1.4s, okay? But I got this refurbished. Let's check and make sure it just came out this afternoon, okay? I mean, just arrived this afternoon. So I did some quick looking around a couple of days ago when this came up for sale. A friend of mine alerted me, hey, they're all sold out. Everyone's back ordered on the RF lenses. But Canon has a refurbished one for I paid $350 with the tax and the delivery. Okay, so it was $300 plus blah blah blah. All right, and it's refurbished. It gets a 1-year warranty directly from Canon. So it's kind of like buying. Can I do that with the Nikon? Let's see. Will it come in? Yeah, it does. Look at that. An older camera that does great focus. Okay, so I got the 35 millimeter that just came in a couple hours ago, and it's refurbished, and it honestly looks like brand spanking new. I don't even see scratches or little dings that you see on the caps. So I don't know, and I don't have a camera here to test it. So, but I've got the R7 on order. So I have an RF lens now, and no camera to put it on. All right, so that brings you up to date where we actually flipped a computer, and we're getting an R7 in here that I'm going to actually own. And if I don't like it, you know what? I could sell it, and it would be kind of like if I had rented it. So at $1,500, if I sell it in 6 months for $1,200 or $1,300, you can't rent an R7 for 6 months for like $50 a month. Seriously? So it's a win, and I'm keeping the lens, okay? And I ordered it with the kit lens, the whatever, 18 or 15 to 120 or 150, the bigger zoom, because I want the camera to be a fun camera, okay? It's not going to be great for low light. That lens is an f3.5 to 6.3, but it'll zoom so you can see the hair up my nose. So it's just going to be a fun lens. It's got image stabilization. It's $300 more, and they're for sale for $799 on B&H. So it just didn't make sense not to buy it. Plus, if I sell the camera, whoever's buying it can buy it with the lens. But this lens is going to be mine as long as it works very well. And then the final thing is Shane from In the Blues flew all the way here from Australia to Florida, and he's spending a couple of weeks here. And he's up in the Orlando area, the Tallahassee area, the northern part of the state. And yesterday he made a special drive all the way here and spent more than half the day with me. We made a couple of videos. I put one up on the big channel. He brought and surprised me with the GH6, and that camera surprised me. It did better than I expected. It was like a wow factor. I thought it was going to be all over the place with the focus, okay, and I'm just very impressed and surprisingly impressed. So those of you guys that do like the GH6, the camera is surprisingly better. Am I recommending it or not? I'd have to have more than, like, we just had a hands-on for like 2 hours. So he opened up his gear case, and Shane is like a really very, very friendly guy. And he came all the way down to spend some time with me from the northern part of the state. So that was really, really nice, okay? I was very impressed. Of course, I fed him. I made him one of my famous steaks and a nice baked potato, and he didn't want dessert, okay? He said that dairy bothered him, so we skipped dessert. I just thought of it now. I should have offered him coffee. Sorry, Shane. It's a little late to offer you coffee now, okay? But he just had bottled the bottles of water. And so he said the steak was really good. I did a good job cooking the steak. So we spent some time. So he pulls out the GH6. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe there's a GH6 in my hands. What a nice camera. A nice hefty camera, like a full size. If you're looking for Micro Four Thirds for a little camera, that ain't it, okay? However, you want a man's camera where you're going to get your money's worth and you're not getting a little tiny toy, okay? That was it. So I was playing with that, and guess he pulled out an RX3 from Sony. I said, what the fiddle faddle foodles? You gotta be kidding me. You bought the GH6 and you also have the new FX3? He says, yeah. I said, I've never even had one of those in my hands. They're top of the line, okay? And he actually says he likes the operational and parts of everything more from the Panasonic. You'll find that people that are younger, that don't have the hands-on experience with cameras, don't like the fact that Sony is very computer. It's like you're shooting with a computer, okay? Where with the Nikon and with the Canon, it's got that old camera feeling. Not obsolete, just done right. When you put the thing in your hands, the ISO button is right here. The white balance button is right here, and it's on the Panasonic too, and on the Canon. Okay, so he pulled out the RX3, and I was like flabbergasted. We were sitting right here. Okay, so he was sitting in the chair right there. No, he was sitting in the chair over there. Okay, that one. Okay, and his case was over there. And then after I'm already befuddled with what he had, then he pulls out the A7S Mark III. I'm going like, Mamma mia, what's that blow-up thing? Kaboom! So I said, what are you planning on shooting? The President of the United States, when he comes, you're gonna film him. Got the GH6, the RX3, and the A7S Mark III, and it's like, wow, that's what you call it. So we had playtime, like two kids sitting on the floor on Christmas Day playing with our toys. And like I've said before, and I don't want it to over-exaggerate this part, but I just feel it. What a really, really nice guy. He was more like a brother than like a distant friend, okay? At the beginning, he was very careful, you know, and I told him, look, I don't break, just relax, okay? So he's like a celebrity in Australia. He's a professional blues guitar player. He does play gigs. He records. He's a session player. So he's big stuff, okay? But we got to play cameras. And I did record a couple of videos with him with the G8. We did not reuse the Sonys. So either of the Sonys did not get used. We just looked at them. There was too much happening to mix all that up in one session. So I had a particular curiosity with the Panasonic GH6, so we actually stuck with that. I actually took the 25mm f1.2 Olympus Pro and put it on the GH6. And he said, can I accidentally take this lens with me back to Australia? He liked it. This is a great lens. So this is the 25mm f1.2 Olympus Pro lens. And of course, if I'm going to shoot with an f1.2 lens, it's going to be at f1.2. Seriously, okay? So I did put a video up today, from yesterday to today. I think somehow I messed the sound up, but he had the Rode mic. Okay, so I did test his Rode mic. So I'm pretty sure the trip up happened with me. But I'm not completely sure. I'm going to have to re-examine that. So that's what happened here this week. And I thought, hey, let's get together with the boys so I can tell you we got things coming and going. We got money coming and going. We got cameras coming and going. And we got awesome friends coming and going. So thank you for being here. You know, we're vacationing for the summer, so there's no live shows. But that doesn't mean I can't throw up a pre-recorded video, okay? So, love you guys. Thank you for being here. I pray for each and every one of you every single night. Please subscribe. You know, I don't even say that over here, but since this is a recorded video, I could say that. Please subscribe, okay? And make a comment. Tell me what you think. Hey, that's a good idea. I would like to hear your feedback. Are you going to shoot me down for ordering the R7? Or are you going to pat me on the back and say, attaboy, that's the way to go, all right? So, again, the overall, again, reasoning was rather than that computer losing value for the next year, I flipped it for something that can actually be put into use, okay? I wasn't like out to buy something if I didn't sell the computer. So since Randy and I agreed on the path, okay, we flipped that computer and now it's going to become something that actually gets used, where the PC, I don't do anything with the PC in here, okay, and it's a very high-end computer. So it's a flip, one for one, dollar for dollar, all right? Love you guys. Later. Peter Gregg, Miami, Florida. Be safe. Oh, happy Father's Day. This is Father's Day weekend. So to all the dads that are dads, all the people that have a dad spirit, because I don't have any children of my own. However, I feel like a father to quite a few people. So if you're like that too, Happy Father's Day to you too. Okay, now you can say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, go, 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 go. Bye-bye. Whoosh.
You have just watched another Peter Gregg video. Something warm, human, and wonderful happens when you watch Peter Gregg. Thank you for watching.